For us, it was like huge. I was like, there's no way we're getting thousands of views. Half of them were like hate comments, but like we didn't care. For me, is like all I think about right now is like my business and what I'm doing to move it forward.
Yeah.
Your mom's like gotten really sick. And I was like, what do you mean by that? And he's like, she has cancer. But then anyone that wants to like build a business and like curate relationships, dude, reach out to your warm audience.
How did you make the jump from I'm the guy with the camera to I can bring money into your business with video?
People are like, whoa, like this is an actual company. And I feel like no one talks about it. It's like, oh yeah, just start running ads. It's like, okay, cool, but how do I actually set up an ad account? How do I make sure that that's tied? That's all the little things that like, for me, I stressed about.
How are you acquiring people to, trust you with your service?
I would never tell you to do something I don't do myself. You have to think from a business perspective versus like, this is such a cool piece of equipment, I'm so excited. It's like, that's a creator. Like that's someone that's just thinking as a creator. Retention in this business is like, it is the biggest part. I don't think enough people focus on it. How do I make them feel good about their investment? What is the strategy? What is the goal behind what we're doing with them? And that's like where you go from creative to business owner.
Okay, so to start,
Go
through your origin story. I know we talked about it like a little bit before we got on.
How I started.
But kind of, like what got you into being a creative to begin with? Like everyone has a little bit of a different path.
So I started when I was like really young.
Yeah.
So I was like 12 years old.
Okay.
And I get the first ever GoPro that comes to the market. I'm like super stoked about it. You know the guys Dude Perfect? Or everyone knows them. So now they 50 some million, 100 million, ridiculous. But at the time they had like just crossed 1 million subscribers. And I was like super stoked about it. And I was like watching their videos and I was like watching with one of my buddies in the neighborhood. And I was like, dude, what if we like recreated some of these like trick shot videos just in the neighborhood? We're always playing basketball. Like I was a very social kid. So I was always like the one gathering everyone around the neighborhood playing basketball, like just in the summertime, hanging out with your friends. And I just remembered like talking to him and I was like, bro, what if we like, I'll buy a GoPro. What if we just start doing like trick shot videos and we just post them on YouTube?
Yeah.
He's like, all right, I'm down. And like some of my other friends didn't really get it at first, but like him and I just started doing it. And I started getting just started posting some videos. And then a couple of my other friends joined in and we were all like athletes. So we had fun with it. We'd play basketball. And we're like, all right, dude, let's make a YouTube video. So we made a YouTube video and it just like caught on. Like the first like few videos we posted one that did like really well. And we just posted one that got like a couple thousand views at the time. For us, it was like huge. I was like, there's no way we're getting thousands of views. Half of them were like hate comments, but like we didn't care. And everyone was like, no way, this is like super cool. So then we would stay up like till we'd get like cheap lights from my dad's electrical panel or whatever, those electrical garage lights, the yellow ones. And we just like use those to like get some sort of light. And we would be filming like all night in the summertime. And everyone had so much fun with it. And for me, it was like, I like saw that. And I was kind of like one of the older kids in the group. So like, I was always doing the stuff, like bringing people together. And I was like, I like would oversee it. I'm like, man, this is like really cool to like bring people together for like a common goal and like have fun with it and be creative. So I was like super stoked and we were all having fun with it. And then we post one like a year later. We did this for like a whole year. The next time we post a video, it gets like 500,000 views.
Oh, that's crazy.
And for us, like that blew up. Like, this is crazy.
We made it.
Yeah, literally, we made it. And so they, half of them again were like hate comments, but we did not care. And it was just super fun to like see everyone come together again and just see like the video do really well.
Yeah.
And in my head, I was like, man, this would be like really cool to like do this for a living one day. And I was like, 12 years, 13 years old, man. But I was like, and then I was like telling myself, I'm like, but that could never happen. There's no way. That voice in your head that's like, there's no way this could actually be like a realistic goal of mine. But in the back of my head, I was like, man, that'd be really cool. So then I like, in high school, I started just like focusing more on sports. So I played basketball, football, and I was actually homeschooled most of my life.
Oh, wow.
So I was homeschooled most of my life and I would play in these like travel teams and stuff because I didn't play for my local high school. And so I would travel all over the place playing with these teams and stuff. And we go to tournaments. I started getting better. I just like really focused on basketball. I stopped filming for a while. I'd film like fitness and workouts and stuff, but I didn't take it too seriously in high school. I was like really focused on basketball and like my whole goal in high school like wasn't really like academics. It was just like if I can get to college and play college basketball, like that's my goal. So I just like worked my butt off. That and in that process, like I really learned how to like outwork people and like work very hard. And just like I spent a lot of time in the gym just working on like what I knew I could perfect at. And for me, it was just like I was a 3-and-D player. So it's like if I can hit threes and play good defense, I can somehow make it to the next level. Even though I was like 5'11", and like there's no way I'm playing D1. But all I cared about was just like that. It consumed me. And I'm a very like obsessive person. So like if I'm doing something, I'm all in on it and I don't think about anything else.
Yeah,
so like for me at the time it was basketball. I'm like, all I care about is basketball. Like that's like my entire identity.
And you would say that like carried over.
Yeah, and so that carried over into the business now. Is like all I think about right now is like my business and what I'm doing to move it forward.
Yeah.
And luckily, like I have an amazing girlfriend now, so she grounds me a lot because like she's like, you know what, you don't have to only think about business. Like enjoy life and like enjoy. Sometimes I think you get so focused on like the outcome of everything, and then you're like, oh wait, like maybe take a minute and like, what's the purpose of life? Like, what are you doing to like make this money and do the things?
It's the why behind.
It's the why, exactly. So yeah, anyway, so I got to play college. I made my dream happen. Played like an NAIA school, and I was like super excited. It was Trinity Christian College.
Okay,
so I was like super stoked to play on the team, be a part of it, and everything was going pretty well. And by this time, like I wasn't really focused on video too much. I did video a little bit, but like I wasn't focused on it. I was just focused on basketball.
Yeah.
And my dad, he texts me and he calls me and he's like, hey, can we meet up for dinner sometime? I'm like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And I was like kind of commuting back and forth to my house and to college, and I noticed my mom, she was getting like, she had something wrong with her. I didn't know what it was, but she was getting kind of sick. Yeah. And I just thought it was something like short term. I didn't know what it was, and we had no idea what it was. But my dad, he visits me at college. It's like a couple months later. I haven't seen my mom in a few months. I haven't really talked to my family that much, here and there, but not. I wasn't communicating with them as much.
Yeah, you get busy.
Exactly. And so my dad, he comes and he visits me, and he's like, hey, just so you know, like, your mom's like gotten really sick.
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you mean by that? And he's like, she has cancer.
Oh, that's.
And I was like, oh, okay. And that like hurt me a lot because I'm like, I feel like I feel like I wasn't there.
Yeah, you're gonna feel
for
guilty.
The process. I felt guilty. And so he tells me that, and he's like, I think you should like consider coming home, because I had a job at Lifetime before that.
Okay.
And I was working in gym, working in operations, and like right before college, because I took a gap year after high school, and I was just working at Lifetime, so I just had a job there. And he's like, you should consider like going back to Lifetime and just like working and just being around your mom. And basically for me, I translated that as like, oh, so basically I don't have a lot of time with her.
Yeah.
And that really that was a different level of like, I didn't know how to like process it, I guess, And so I ended up deciding to go home, and the really tough part was I was actually doing pretty well in college, and like for me, I was homeschooled most of my life, so I was like, how am I going to adjust to like going to a college and like classes, all the little things, like that most like post-school kids are just used to it, because it's like you go to school, it's like normal. But for me, I'm like, I've never really I've done like co-op classes and stuff, and I've been to high school before, but like I had never really known like how to actually like adjust. And so I thought, things are going well. I'm like actually doing well in my classes. I'm playing on the basketball team like in college. Like this is everything I've ever wanted.
Yeah.
But like deep down, I was like still really depressed. I didn't really know why. And then on top of that, then there's this with my mom. And I was like, I don't know how to like handle any of this, And so I ended up coming back home, and like I just started like working a lot and like just kind of putting everything else aside, and put a lot into like Lifetime. And I was like, maybe I'll just grow in the company and just stay around until whatever happens with my mom.
Oh, yeah.
And then a couple months later, my mom ended up passing away.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I saw that on your.
Yeah, no, and it's okay. It was like, I know I'm a believer. I'm a Christian, and I know that she's in heaven. But it was really tough because like I guilted myself for a long time, and I was like, man, I never was really there for her. Even when I was like back home, I just worked a lot and I worked out, and I kind of just like didn't want to see her like that, because every so often I just like slowly see her like declining, and it was like really tough because I would see her and she would just get really skinny, and like the cancer was just like eating away at her, and like she kept telling me, she's like, no, I'm gonna be fine, and like she told her whole family, like, I'm gonna be fine, like everything's fine. And obviously we take a trip to the hospital, and she's not doing well at all. It's like weeks before she passed, and I take a trip to the hospital with my family, and she's like, not doing well, and the doctor comes in and the nurse comes in, and they're like, like she doesn't have long.
Yeah.
And that's when like reality really hit me, because I was like, oh, like
they're saying
it's like there's nothing, like there's no way we're getting around this. And so that just like, that was tough. And so I was driving home after like my night shift, because I work nights at Lifetime.
Okay.
I was driving home after my night shift, and my sister texted me. She's like, hey, just so you know, like she passed. Oh, wow. And like, dude, I was like in the car, I was like screaming. I'm like, I didn't know how to handle this. I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, I mean, you're never going to be ready for something
exactly,
like that.
You're not. And it was like so, yeah, it was just a very emotional time. I didn't know how to handle it. I walked back home and I'm like, walk in the door and, you know, she's just presented like on the bed, just like she passed away.
Yeah.
And I didn't know like how to handle it. I'm like, there's no way like this is real, you know? And so, yeah, that like took a really big toll on like my mental health.
Yeah.
And I just kind of like, a week later, I just went back to work like nothing happened. And I just like pushed it aside.
Yeah, it's a common
And the
thing
tough
you'll do,
part was
yeah.
like my mom was like somebody that always believed in me, and like I was really close with her. And every time I did the YouTube videos and I would make the you know, when I was a kid, she was always like, you know, you could do something with this if you really put your mind to it. And I was like,
that's awesome.
And I was like, you know what, that's like nice of my mom to say, but she's just saying that because she's my mom.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't really think that that's gonna happen. But she was like, no, Parker, like she actually ran her own business when she was, you know, when she was raising us.
Awesome.
And she's like, you can make your own business. Like you could do something like that. And I was like, wow, like that was cool to hear from her, you know, like she was someone that always believed in me. And so like that was always instilled after she passed away. Like I kind of remember her saying that, and that really like, it was weird, but after she passed, it kind of inspired me to start creating.
Yeah.
And that's where that like spark started to like start creating more.
Okay.
And I always had her in mind when she's like, you know, her voice was like, hey, like you could do that. You know, you could actually, you know, and she just inspired me.
Well, that's powerful,
It was really cool.
Yeah.
But it was like a really hard time because I didn't know how to process it. And so I was going through a lot of mental barriers and stuff for, you know, a year or two after, and ended up actually going away to this like camp for a couple months.
Okay.
And no phone, no nothing. You just like literally go away.
A good choice at the time.
It was, because I was like, I want to like decompress. And at the time, my girlfriend now, her and I were just starting to date and just starting to see each other. And I put her through a lot of shit, dude. It was really rough because like she always like was there for me, but I would like push her away and
just avoid,
you know, like, and it was really rough. I put her through a lot. And she was always like by my side. She always stuck with me, and like no matter what I put her through, she was always there for me.
Well, that's awesome.
And like I owe so much of like what we're doing now to her, because she like always was like, no, like I love you and I care about you. And I was like, you don't mean that. Like I am really fucked up, and like sorry to swear.
No, it's fine.
But I'm really messed up, and like I don't think like this now is a good time. She's like, no, like I want to be with you. Like I love you, and like I really did love her, but I didn't know how to like express it and show it.
Yeah.
And so I went away to this camp, and basically I told her before I left, like, I want to be with you and I want to do this, but like I need to get like myself right mentally before I can do that.
I mean,
and she's like, yeah, exactly. And she's like, you know what? I'm going to wait for you. I was like, I've never heard anyone say that before. I'm like, after everything I put you through and after all the things, like I would think someone wouldn't want anything to do with me, you know?
Yeah.
But she's like, no, I'm going to wait for you. And I'm at this camp for a couple months. I really start to like grow, and like I feel much better. It helped me a lot. And it was a very like faith-based camp, and it was taught a lot about like God and how you can really cultivate a real relationship with Him and just like heal. You know, it was really nice, and it was served a good purpose. And I remember calling her after like the first phase was done. They give you an option to like keep staying there or just finish the first phase. And the first phase was done. I'm like, I feel like I'm ready. So I call her up and like I'm coming home and like I want to be with you. And I asked her out that same day I got back.
That's a nice story.
And yeah, so that's how we started our relationship. And she's like a huge part of the business too. So that's why I bring that story up.
She like
works with me.
With you guys?
Yeah,
Okay,
and she's
awesome.
killing it. But anyway, so that's how how our relationship started. But then after that, I got back home and I'm like, what am I gonna do? Because I wasn't going back to Lifetime. I was like, I want to do something else. And I was like, you know what? Like I want to start a business. And at this time, I still in my head was like, I don't think I can make a career with like doing video.
Yeah, just like a camera. Like
so I was like, what if I just do that part-time and then I start my own landscape company? Because I did a lot of like landscaping when I was a kid. And I reached out to a buddy of mine who was also thinking about doing it. And I was like, what if we started a business together? We invested all our money into it. So we start the first year and we do pretty well. Yeah. But it's like 12-hour days, you know, all you're doing is landscaping all day, and literally Saturdays, landscape projects, like that's your entire life. So I had no days off, and then I would on the weekends, like Sundays and Saturdays in the evening, I would just freelance and just do whatever I could. Yeah. So I literally was working like 24/7. I had no time, and it was just really tough on me.
And this was when you really started freelance, like the
yeah. This is when I started freelance. So when I started freelance, I was working the landscape business full time, and we started doing pretty well. But we were putting all the money back in the business, so I had no profit at all between the two of us too. It was like we were getting a little bit, maybe like a couple $100 a month.
Yeah, you split 50%.
Dude, yeah, and I'm like, there's no money left over, and so I'm like, I need to get another job. So I got another part-time job and I'm freelancing. So I'm like, I was just working at Vitamin Shop and I'm like, I just need to make some money.
This is the grind that people don't see in the beginning. Like,
Yeah,
it's
exactly. It's like you have to put so much time to like be able to make up for what you really want.
Yeah.
And so I literally just had no free time. And but I knew I'm like, I can't do the landscaping like this another year. Like this is just not what I want. In my 20s, I want to
work
build
yourself
something.
to death.
It was terrible. And I'm like, my business partner and I talked, and he's like, I want to take the business in a different direction anyway, and I think you should try to like go more part-time or full-time with freelancing and just see how it goes. I was like, and I didn't even want to do freelancing. I'm like, what if I like built a business? And so that was the first time after I had that conversation with him and I made an agreement, and he's got, majority of the company now. He's running it.
Okay, well,
and I have
cool.
some equity in it now and I was the one that started it. But
it's still successful?
It is, yeah.
Awesome.
So we're growing a lot. We doubled what we did last year, which is cool.
Oh, sick.
So we're slowly growing, which is nice.
It's probably cool because now you know marketing and you can run
exactly. So
that.
him and I have talked about doing some projects in the next year together. Like this season, we'll probably do some projects together now. But it was really good the way that was structured because I was like, you know what, that frees up some of my time to actually like invest in doing, starting Yo Media.
Well, that's awesome.
And so I just started reaching out. And the cool thing is like, I don't think a lot of people realize this, but like you either start cold calling or you start running ads right away.
Yeah.
But I don't think enough people reach out to like their warm audience.
I don't think they do.
That's like such a tapped in. People need to tap into that because that's what I did right away. I was like, I just started texting people that I knew that either own businesses or knew people that own businesses. Yeah. And I literally got my first 2 clients from that.
Yeah, and to reference, I don't want to make this about me, but even when I started, when I was 16, 17, I just knew people like sports space. I did some high school sports shoots. Yes. There's people around you that need photo or video in some capacity, even if it's not glamorous. So you can 100%. Definitely find things. But to his point, you should hit up who you know and who you already have in your network to actually,
it's huge.
Get something going.
And I don't think enough people like do that. Like
no.
I talk to a lot of other people in the industry and they're like, yeah, we're running ads full time, and I think ads are the best way to get clients. Yeah. But I don't see a lot of people just being like, we're cold calling, we're hitting the phones. Like I have a buddy who like does cold calling full time.
That's crazy.
That's all he does. I'm like, dude, that's great. You have a skill. Like that's tough to do. You need to put a lot of volume into that.
A lot of
volume, a lot of hang-ups, a lot of just call me back, blah, 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 whatever. And he does it full time. Like, dude, props to you.
That's crazy.
But then anyone that wants to like build a business and like curate relationships, dude, reach out to your warm audience. Like everyone knows somebody. Even if like you feel like you don't know a lot of people, other people that know people.
And all it takes is one person.
Just one.
Just one person. Be
so
like,
that's what I did.
We'll try it.
That's what I did. I just texted a ton of people that I knew, and I started with an AAU coach, AAU program, filmed like summer.
Classic.
Pride Rock Hoops. I don't know if you know them. They're small and they're in Milwaukee.
Okay.
I know you're a Chicago guy. They're out of Milwaukee. But yeah, I just hit him up and I just like did a mini doc for them, which was fun. And that just got my feet wet, and like started working, getting paid. I'm like, man, I'm getting paid. It wasn't much, but I'm like, man, I'm getting paid for this, and I'm like traveling with the team. I'm like, this is so much fun.
Pretty cool.
It was really cool. Yeah. That was my first ever client. And then I reached out to another one of my guys. I actually met him through Lifetime. He's a personal trainer at Lifetime. Okay. But he had his own business as well, doing personal training, and he started doing hybrid and online training as well. I texted him, and I was like, hey man, like I would love to connect with you about your business. I'm starting, my business for marketing, and I want to work with other businesses to help them market. And he's like, dude, you couldn't have texted me at a better time. Like I'm so tired of trying to do all my own videos. Yeah, it was great timing, and he's actually still our client to this day.
Oh, that's so cool.
Shout out to my guy Antonio. He's amazing.
I think I saw. Did you post it? It's like in the gym.
Holy Athlete Academy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. He's awesome. We've been doing a lot of cool stuff with him. He's like built his own app, which is crazy.
Oh yeah.
He literally took the last 4 months and he just started learning how to build his own app.
That's crazy.
And so that's kind of our lead magnet for when we run ads with him and stuff, and it's pretty cool. So he's done a lot of cool things.
Okay, so
he's fun to work with too. So
you have these clients. So you go from freelancing.
Yep.
Obviously, you start more on just like I'll do videos for you because you need videos.
Anybody, dude. I was like anybody with a camera or anybody with a need for video, I'm gonna do it.
So going from just being the guy with a camera to right now, I know you probably want to grow more from where you are, but you would say you have a business that's going on, you do marketing for people.
Yes.
How did you make the jump from I'm the guy with the camera to I can bring money into your business with video? Because there's a big gap there.
Huge gap.
And there's a lot. You can't even explain it in one video, but like an overview.
Yeah, so an overview for me is all about like team.
Okay.
So I really, this past year, like the past 6 months, I've invested in team.
Okay.
So like I used to do everything myself. All the self-fulfillment was literally just me by myself. And I would show up to shoots with my camera, my like one softbox, and you don't realize it, but like people see you and they're like, they might appreciate it, but they don't take you as seriously. And they kind of are like, oh, he's a nice, like, he's hustling, like, it's a good kid, he's hustling, making his business happen. But when you show up with like 5 people and a full set, and you know what you're doing, you have a guy who's literally just their role is to direct and to script out a content idea for someone, and then you have a guy on B cam, you have a guy on A cam, and you just invest in the team. People are like, whoa, like this is an actual company. And then you're like, yeah, we have a whole, you talk to them like we have a whole editing team as well. Like it's all about how you present it, and it's all true. It's like you invest in the team, and I think that right there is the exact gap of like starting as a freelancer. It's like you're going there by yourself, you're doing everything yourself. You're holding your phone with your scripts, and you're like, all right, hold on one sec. It's like there's this barrier, and it's like kind of awkward for the client sometimes because they're like, all right, well, who's like filming? It's like, oh no, I'm filming. And that's, I feel like from a freelancer perspective, that's a freelancer. But then when you bring on a team and you have a whole production, that's what separates you, and clients realize that. And it's all the little things, how you present yourself, how you talk, how you dress. Like I think all those things matter. At the end of the day, though, like the results from the videos that you create
is what matters.
Yeah. So you could make the craziest good-looking video with the perfect lighting, and you can shoot an S-Log and color grade perfectly, whatever. You're a Lumix guy, but you could have the best color. It doesn't matter if the video doesn't perform. And so like for me, that was my step this year. Was like, okay, the whole first half of the year last year was really just about like getting our feet wet and creating good content for businesses and just doing more organic stuff. But then I started seeing, and I'm like, there's not enough results from this content. I had one guy who literally was like, hey man, I love the videos and everything, but they're just not performing, and I don't want to keep investing in that. Because at that point, you're a liability, and you're just a commodity business. And I thought, I'm like, man, like he's right, and I like respect it because I understand. Like almost in my way, I'm like, if I was hiring me, would I really continue month to month?
And that's a good way to take it too, not like take it personally.
No, you
and
can't.
See how can I change.
And it's like, dude, I respect that, and I like needed that like client to say that to me for me to like change something in my business. I heard that, and I was like, wow, like how am I going to now like transition to not just being a commodity where, oh yeah, you get an organic content package, 30 posts a month. It's like no one cares about that anymore. Businesses care about results. And so for me, I was like, okay, how do I transition? And so I started learning how to do ads myself for a while. My guy Matt Moyer, who is promoting a book, he's a personal injury lawyer now, but he was promoting his book. He was my first client to do ads with.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so I was scrambling, trying to figure out how to do his ad account, all the stuff that you probably know when you first started.
Yeah, the little things.
The stress,
like, how do I get ad as a partner?
And I feel like no one talks about it. It's like, oh yeah, just start running ads. It's like, okay, cool, but how do I actually set up an ad account? How do I make sure that that's tied? That's all the little things that like for me, I stressed about.
Yeah, you just gotta learn it.
Just learn it. And I was just literally sitting at like 3 a.m. trying to figure out how to create a best optimized campaign for a book launch. Like all the stuff. And we started doing it, and actually I texted him like 2 weeks later after we launched the campaign. He's like, dude, we just got like 4 sales in one day.
Oh, that's sick.
And I was like, that is the coolest feeling ever.
Yeah.
And I was like, no way, we're actually like getting results from the investment that he made. And that like is what clicked for me. So then I was like, you know what, like I could continue to try to like grind and learn this myself, or I could bring someone else on who's already experienced.
Like crushing it.
And crushing it. And they know exactly what they're doing, they know their role. And for me, like I'm a very big picture person. So I like to oversee things. I know how to lead people. And I still continue to like learn how to do it because there's so many more things that I can get better at. But overview, like that's one of my strengths is like I'm very good at bringing people together.
That's good.
And so I was like, okay, if I can bring someone on as an ads manager and a media buyer, then we can continue to grow this business. And so that's what I did the last month. I brought in my guy AP.
That's awesome.
And he's crushing it. He's got an amazing resume. He's been doing this for a long time. And then I was like, you know what, like we just brought on 2 more clients. Like I don't want to try to fulfill all this stuff myself by doing the video. I'm like, I'm gonna bring on my guy Chubbs, and he's amazing. He's very talented.
Awesome.
Chubbs is incredible.
Shout out Chubbs.
He'll
probably watch it.
He will. He probably watch it.
I've had him shoot for my clients.
Dude, he's
times
unbelievable. And the thing about him too is like he's so good at adapting. Like I call him literally like 8 hours before his first shoot. And he went out there and he just killed it. And I was like, dude, that's something that I want to invest in because he's a way better videographer than me. Like he knows how to do every camera angle possible. He's so good at direct. He's so creative. I'm like, that's somebody I want on like my team.
It's funny too because I have my client. And they're like, we're doing this event again. Like, can we get Chubbs out there?
Literally,
I was like, yeah, I'll send him out.
For real, bro. So I invested and I was like, Chubbs, come on projects. So we do a bunch of projects together now. And it's like, he comes over to the office here all the time. Like,
I've seen
all the time, dude. And it's just super fun. Then my guy, Tim, T-Pack Films, incredible. Like he's one of the most talented creatives I've ever been around. Like he's been on big sets. Like he shoots with a lot of big companies, and like he knows the game really well, and he's been in it forever. And so he's someone, like, I've had a relationship, I've known him forever. The past like 3-4 years, I've known him for a long time. And I was like, dude, I would love you to come on this project. We did a project together. That's awesome. Then he was like, dude, this is the first time I've been excited about a video in like years. And I was like, that meant so much for him to say that.
That's so cool.
Because I was like, he's been on these giant sets, and like he's like, it's all just like, for me, he's like, I've kind of like lost the like excitement of like a team.
It's corporate.
And it's like just all results based, or it's all just like, oh, can we just get, they call him out to these videos off the blue, and he's like, all right, I'm going to whatever, Denver or whatever. But he told me, he's like, dude, like I've not been this excited because it's all about the team, and it's all about the culture that you bring on. And for me, that's the most important thing.
That's awesome.
And so it's pretty cool too, like backing up about 5 months ago, my girlfriend, she was working her job part-time, and then she's also a UGC creator.
Okay.
And so she was slowly getting her stuff off the ground too. She does big brands now. She works with like Lark, Not Your Mother's, all that. She's killing it. And so I told her, I was like, she was working part-time. She was getting up really early in the morning, and I felt like kind of shitty because like she would get up like sometimes earlier than me and go to her job, and I'm waking up at like 8 o'clock and I'm starting my media, but I'm just like sitting at a desk on a computer. I'm like, damn, like why is she going out and like trying to work? I'm like, I need help. I'm like, why don't I bring her on?
That's awesome.
And so I talked to her. I was like, I need you on my team. She was going to school for marketing anyway. So I was like, why would I not have her come and work with us?
Okay, that's awesome.
And so a lot of people might say like, oh, why would you like work with like your girlfriend or whatever? I'm like, dude, we work so well together.
I see it more and more now.
Yeah.
I feel like on Instagram I see that all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like not like a niche, but it's
like... But it is, like, it's happening a lot more. Like, you see, like, Alex and Layla Hormozi, whatever.
Yeah,
like,
that's like very high level.
That's way high level.
Yeah.
But, like, her and I work really well together, and she's, like, my best friend. So it's, like, really fun, because she has so many different ideas I wouldn't have ever thought about. And she's obviously really good on social media.
That's awesome.
So, like, I need a social media manager part-time. Like, if you could come on and do that, and she's like, are you kidding? I would love to. And I'm like, don't do that just because we're dating. Do it because you want to do it. And she's like, no, I want to. And so I literally I took her, I was like, stop working at your job, like put your 2 weeks in. And she did.
Yeah,
she works with us
cool.
now. And she does her own UGC content
awesome.
too, but it's really fun. So that was just like, for me, the foundation, like the past 6 months has been team. Like that's from your top of your question, like going from freelancer to like, I didn't know anything, dude. I didn't know how to do anything. I knew how to shoot videos well, but like I didn't know how to create a business. And so I was like, all right, I'm realizing that I'm a commodity right now.
Yeah.
How do I get out of that? I'm like, invest in team. That's the most important thing. So if you're like a freelancer right now and you might be a little bit stuck, my biggest advice is find 1 or 2 people that you see in the industry that are doing it better than you and collaborate on some projects. Even if you don't bring them onto your team, just collaborate on projects and get to know them, get to know the way that they handle themselves on shoots. Like doing stuff like this is so much fun. Like it's so fulfilling. And if you're not doing it, you're not doing it with other creatives, like you're missing out on a big piece of the industry.
Yeah, and the thing is too, a lot of people isolate themselves in this space particularly, especially if you're not even on the shooting side and you're 100%. Just like a creative editor. It's so easy, just like, I don't go out.
Block in, do your own
I'm
thing.
in the office, like I'll leave. And some people that works, maybe you connect with people online.
Right.
If you can get in person, I mean, have conversations like this, even if it's not content, like it's just meeting people, just getting to know other people in the industry.
Yeah.
Super useful. So when you were freelancing going into the business, what would you say for people? I mean, obviously it's I know it's a big timing thing. This is what I tell people too, but how were you acquiring people to, trust you with your service?
It's a great question. For me, like the relationship side of it is very important. So like as soon as I, meet the potential client that we're working with on the first shoot, I want to make sure they feel like really comfortable right away.
Yeah.
So building that relationship from the get-go and like communicating what the expectations are is very paramount. So like understanding what the goal with the video that you're shooting is, how we're going to make, this project happen. Yeah. And so I say like communicating clear expectations and not like over-promising on stuff. Because I feel like a lot of like
under-promise everything.
Every time. Like a lot of agencies like over-promise a lot of things and they're like, we're gonna get you, 90 new customers in the first 2 months, and they throw out these wild guarantees.
Yeah.
And you know what? If props to them if they can make it happen, but most of the time that doesn't happen.
No.
And then the business owner sees that doesn't happen and is like, well, screw you. You just told me you were gonna do this, and I just lost like thousands of dollars. And then there's that like loss of trust, and then you're someone who's genuine, you're trying to work with this business owner, like, oh, I hate agencies because I got screwed in the past. It's like communicating clear expectations from the get-go and then under promise, over deliver every time.
But for me personally, like to set expectations before a call.
Yeah.
I don't know what you do. I mean, you can talk about it after I say this,
Yeah.
but I literally make a PDF pretty much, go through the bare minimum in industry average. I take the industry average and then I go a little below it. Yep. And I'm like, so worst case scenario, below industry average, if we hit this, you're going to get an ROI by us doing X, Y, Z.
Absolutely.
And then I'll make a PDF, and then I'll make like a video walkthrough of our whole process, kind of, what the ad account looks like for ads.
Like Loom videos?
I used to do Loom.
Yeah.
I just do OBS because, I mean, it's so easy. And I just upload it on Google Drive. And it's free.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I do. And then I set the expectations there.
Yeah.
Most of the time, then they're able to see the whole process, how we operate. And they're like, okay, I mean, I'm thinking about paying you from an ad, so I'll pay you to do my ads.
Absolutely.
Because they trust that you can get people to pay.
Yeah, I use that like a lot too, is like, because we just onboarded someone last week, and she was like, she just called me because of one of our ads. She's like, hey, I just saw your ads. I was going to fill out the form. I just wanted to call you and just understand you a little bit. I'm like, yeah, for sure. I was really driving the car. I was like, yeah, for sure. And once we got on the actual like discovery call, I told her, I'm like, just so you know, like the reason that you like reached out to me was because I was running ads. And so all we have to do is do the same exact process that we use into your business. Because I would never tell you to do something I don't do myself. So for me, that's like the big thing is like, I want to tell them like, we're literally doing this every single day in our business, and we have a whole team behind it. And so all we have to do is come in-house with your business and do the same thing. Just obviously within your offer and whatever you're doing. But that's what I tell them too, is like, I would never tell you to do something I don't do myself. That's a big thing.
Exactly, and that's for me too. That's why I really started with organic content, because when I mean, you've seen my page. I started my page when I was like 17, 18.
I was telling Nathan before this.
We didn't bring this up.
I was telling him off before we started filming. I literally was like trying to get clients, and I looked up on YouTube. I'm like, all right, someone's going to talk about how to get clients. And so I see his page and I see his video right away. And it was like, what, a year and a half ago?
Probably almost two now.
Almost 2 years ago. And I just see his page, and I'm like just trying to freelance at the time, just trying to do whatever. And I see Nathan's page, and he just posted a YouTube video. I just watched it. I'm like, dude, I got so much value from it too. Because I was watching a bunch of these YouTube videos, and all these guys were saying such vague things. They're like, yeah, you just want to like start running ads and stuff. I'm like, dude, okay, how do you run ads? Like, you have to show me how to do it. And like, no one was really doing it. And then literally Nathan filmed himself calling people. He literally took the time.
I was in the trenches.
He was in the trenches. Yeah, exactly. He's like, I'm going to show you. This is all you have to do. Call people. And he showed exactly what his process was, what he said on the call. I'm like, dude, I got so much value from that. And I told him today, as we were saying, I'm like, I literally watched your YouTube video like 2 years ago on how to get clients. Which is
that
cool.
video did pretty decent too.
Yeah,
it got
I
like
believe it.
9,000 views.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people actually were in Chicago from that video, which was
I know, that's a crazy thing too. I saw your Instagram. I'm like, dude, he's in Chicago. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And so it's just cool to see like that from, before to now,
Yeah, exactly. But back to what I was saying on the organic side of things, like when I first started, I was really hammering organic. Because when I started my page, I was just posting organic videos of me cold calling people, just doing my business.
Exactly.
And I got a lot of leads from that in the beginning. Like I was 17, I made a significant amount of money in a month. I mean, when you're 17, you can make $1,000. You feel like you're rich.
Yeah, exactly.
But I was like, okay, so this works, and I can sell this to other people, and I did. But what I realized with organic, you can get it to work for people, but it is very subjective to the person that's recording those videos. Because you can have someone that's just not good on camera.
Right.
And you're not going to fix that. I can coach 100%. You on how to speak as much as possible.
But if you're not presenting well on camera,
it's never going to do good organically.
Absolutely.
Ads, you can get away with a little bit of, you're paying them to show videos to people.
Yes.
So they can be subpar at speaking, and you'll still get results.
You still get the point across. As long as the offer's there, that's the most important thing.
That's the most important part, That's a whole nother topic, because you can't run ads to a bad offer.
Exactly.
But I mean, it'll shift over time. So I just say this to kind of, I'm sure there's someone watching where they're like, well, I don't do ads. I haven't done that before.
Right.
I mean, one, you should go learn it. It's a good skill.
Definitely.
But two, you just have to look at, what do you actually do for yourself? And maybe you're not ready to start a whole business yet. That's another thing to think about.
Yeah.
It's not everyone is in the position to go out and start a brand new business.
No.
Like, get your skills, get your reps in.
Like, take the time to like actually be confident in your own skill set before you try to do it for other people.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's very important. I think sometimes people, and not to say like start the business now, like even when you don't feel like you're ready, do it. But like also feel confident in your ability and whatever that may be. Like, or I feel like a lot of creatives start with organic.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's a very low hanging fruit. And it's like, okay, that's what I started with for the first like half year of my business, is just organic, because I didn't understand ads yet. Yeah. And so to your point, it's like, be confident in what you already know to do, and then continue every day to build on those skills.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What do you say when you're shifting from just being a creative to kind of starting that business side? What is the what is the biggest challenge? Like, what do you think is the hardest thing to learn coming from being creative to actually being a business owner? Because it's very different.
Great question. Yeah. It is so different. I would say from going from being a creative to being a business owner, I think there's a lot more that you have to account for. So it's like not about making great videos anymore. It's about running an entire business. And for me, like, I'm not a detail-oriented person. And so finding people that are very detail-oriented is really important to me. But before you can make that investment, you still have to learn all the aspects of the business. And there's a lot of things like, like learn how to, obviously learn how to make money. That's the first thing. And also just like learn how to bookkeep, like, so you understand taxes, and learn how to do all the things outside of just the creative part, because a lot of creatives jump in for the actual filming and being in the field, and those are all the most important things. But there's all these other things outside of that that are really important to nail, and learning how to actually run a business where you are tracking how you get leads, tracking your finances, tracking all those things. And for me, like that's not my strength, but I've had to like grow that muscle of my, like the part where I'm not good at. And you just have to put the time in. And so you're gonna wear like a lot of hats in the beginning. You're gonna be You're gonna be the creative. You're going to be the finance officer. You're gonna be the sales guy. You're like all these things, and you're gonna be very bad at it at first. And like I was terrible at like trying to actually sell someone on a service, because I was always just too like kind. I'm like, oh no, like don't worry about working with us now. Like it's totally fine. I would just like lose the sale because I'm just too nice. And I'm like learning how to be like, hey, like this is something you need. And I think it goes back to just being confident in your service. And I think the law of attraction is very real too. Is like when you get to a certain point, you can almost turn away certain people, because it's like, yeah, I'm not trying to work with you right now if that's not something you see the value in. And that's like people hearing that is like, oh, I thought you were trying to like pitch me. It's like, no, like at a certain point, even before you get to that point where you think like, oh, I need this client or need this client, it's like the person that wants the deal more will probably lose.
Client. Like you're gonna get a better client.
You're gonna get a better client out of it too. So I would say just like in the beginning, you're gonna have to wear a lot of hats, and you're gonna have to learn from a pretty decent like level of how to do all these different things. And for me, like the hardest part was like bookkeeping, keeping track of my like finances and how to put away for taxes. Like taxes was rough this year, bro. It kills you, and no one likes to do it. And most creatives don't like it, and I was one of them. I hated it, and I just had to like learn from a basic level how to like keep track of everything, and like that's something.
And then when you get team, it's a different world.
And then when you get team, that's like for me, it goes back to that. It's like once you get to a certain level, you have to grind your way to it. And like I am by far like not the most like I'm not the best creative at all, and I'm pretty good, but like there are so many people that are way better than me. But I've built, if I can do it, like there's anyone watching this can build a business. Like I'm telling you right now, like it's a very, like it just takes a lot of time and effort. But if you are committed to it and you don't just like give up after the first 2 months and you just stay after it, you are going to be successful at some point.
Yeah, there's a thing too. It's like 90% of it is just showing up every day. Like even if you're bad, if you show up every day for 2 years, there's at least, I mean, if there's out of 100 people, like 90 of those people are falling off.
It's all it is.
90 of those people are going to fall off.
Yes.
And I would say back to things important in a creative business, finance is super important.
Very much so.
Don't blow your money on random gear and stupid things that don't matter. Oh my gosh,
that's a huge thing too, bro. Like I still run my main camera is a Sony A7S III, bro. Like I have a B cam, but like I don't go crazy. I don't get the FX6. I don't like that stuff's all flashy, and business owners don't care about that. Like they care about results. And so if you can get them results with a smaller setup, that's great. Yeah. You don't have to be like, it doesn't have to be this crazy production. You're not a giant production company. Like I think we're speaking to a relatively niche audience. It's like you're a creative, you want to run a video agency. It's like you don't have to have this crazy setup. No. You don't have to invest in the newest, camera slider, bro. Like that was my thing. I was doing like gym videos. Dude, I invested in like $1,000, $1,500 like camera slider. I'm like, this is the coolest thing. I never use it. It's like sitting up there, dude. Like I don't use it. Like it's funny. You have to think about it from like, you have to think when you start actually running a business, you have to think, is this going to make me money? Like if I buy this piece of equipment, is it going to be an investment? And it doesn't mean it's like direct ROI, but it's like, is this going to help drive the business forward? Yeah. And you have to think like that you have to think from a business perspective versus like, this is such a cool piece of equipment, I'm so excited. It's like, that's a creator. Like that's someone that's just thinking as a creator.
And I mean, imagine if you put that $1,500 into ads or something. Like how much money could you make from that to $1,500?
100%.
You could make a decent amount. So.
100%. And I know for you, like that's something you guys focus on heavily. It's like that's very important. There's a reason why you're successful in doing what you're doing. It's like,
for sure.
Take his advice.
Finances. Okay, 2, I would say you probably agree with this, is, I don't know the exact, I mean, just like service delivery, but in the aspect of being able to communicate with people.
Yes, organization too.
Like, organization is really important, and how you communicate with people.
Absolutely.
I would say being able this is a service business.
Absolutely.
Like no matter, I mean, if you're a big production company, if you're just a marketer,
still providing a service.
If you're just a freelancer, it's a service business.
Yep.
And pretty much all your clients or a lot of my clients are like, I just like knowing a person that I actually enjoy working with
100%.
that can also get the job done.
Yeah, 100%.
So like, you're going to be able to get in the door a lot of the time just by being a likable person.
Dude, that's something that I'm literally making a post about this tonight is I feel like there's this like, I know a lot of people in the industry that are very good at what they do, like from a providing, like they can bring, ROI in and that's amazing. But I see it on like production because I used to freelance for a couple different people and I just see it on like a lot of productions. It's like all they're focused on is just getting the video done and then dipping. And then they're like, okay, yeah, we communicate with the clients like once a month. It's like, dude, like I was onboarding a client today and one of the things that she talked about the most is like, I just want like a team that's like fun to be around. And like, dude, that's like so important.
It is.
Like I'm friends with pretty much every one of my clients.
Yeah. And
obviously like there's a certain, you got to have professionalism too. Like you have to be professional, but be like fun and be like creative. Like that's what you're meant to do. And like create an environment where it's not just like, oh, we give you ROI on it's like, okay, of course, give them the ROI, but like enjoy the process of it. Because there's another business that probably could do the exact same, give you the exact same results that you are. But if there's no personality, then they're probably going to choose somebody else over you. Like you're replaceable. And I'm like, you have to bridge the two. You have to be able to give them results, but then you also have to enjoy the process and like take the time to like understand the business. Because there's so many big production companies that are all focused on just systems. And that's there's so much more to that than just systems. If you systemize everything, then you're just going to be a copy-paste company. You have to be able to customize a plan for someone and understand what their business truly needs.
Yeah.
And you have to take the time to understand them. And then you understand them, you're able to like, okay, this is what I think you need. And we're going to enjoy the process doing it together and being a partner with them. And that's something that we like focus on so much is the relationship side of it.
It's super important. And I would say I was just on the phone with like a video agency owner in like Idaho. He's just like a few steps ahead of I would say where we both are. Yeah. And he has a big team. And the thing is, if you can't do it because you have too many clients, it's time to now bring someone on that can help you make that personalization possible.
100%.
For each client, whether it's like a project manager or, I mean, these are just like blanket terms.
But it's true though, like you have to be able to continue to provide the relationship too. Like one of my guys, his name's Ben, he's incredible, he's killing it. And he literally brought on someone just to be a client relationship manager.
That's
he
awesome.
pays her a lot of money just to be a client relationship manager.
Yeah.
And they do really well because of that. Like he's put that in place for a reason. He knows he can't handle everything. So he's brought somebody on and invested. And he like told me, he's like, I was talking to my accountant and I'm like, dude, that's a pretty badass accountant. He said, this is what he said. He was like, so are you gonna drop your balls and like actually hire this girl? He's like, well, I don't know if I can afford it. He's like, take the risk and do it. I'm like, dude, having your own accountant saying that to you, like that's
like, you better do something.
That's crazy, bro. Like, and he was like, I did it. And I'm like, I respect that. Like in this business, you have to take risks. And like you're taking a risk by hiring someone, but you have to be able to vet them out and understand people and like see if they're good for your business. But at the end of the day, it's still a risk. Yeah. And you got to be able to invest in the team and in curating those relationships.
Yeah, I mean, if you're already that deep, you already took the biggest risk you're going to take, which is trying to start a business.
Getting out and doing it.
So like if you need to spend an extra $1,000, $2,000 a month to, I mean, the way to think about it is if you're at a point where you have like 5, 6, 10 clients, and it's like, okay, this is getting too much, which is kind of where I'm at. Yeah, same. It's like, okay, what do we need to do to make sure that these relationships are staying sound?
Exactly.
And you need to think about it from a point of retention.
Yes.
If you not hiring that person is going to make the client leave in 6 to 8 months because you're not giving them the care they need, then if you paid that person $1,000 a month, you're then making that money back over the next 2 years because
100%
of retention.
Bro. That's like huge. Like retention in this business is like
it's the biggest part.
It is the biggest part, and I think like I don't think enough people focus on it. And you have to focus on like the clients you currently have. It's not about just like acquiring all these new clients. No. You could acquire new clients consistently, and then you're just on the back end. It's just this strainer of just like, oh, it's just they're all going through. They're leaving after the first month or 2 months. It's like what that you're not, and your like brand is important. Like I think brand now is like really important. Like it used to not be as much, and I think back then it like whatever in the 2000s you're starting to build brands and like Instagram was starting to pop off. And then after a while, it was kind of just like this ads. It was all about ads. Yeah. I think that 2016, 2018.
Yeah, that was like
that was when it started really booming. And now I feel like it's circling back. So of course, ads are always going to be important, but like brand and like telling the story and being behind the scenes, like people crave that. They do. And so that's like very important, is like actually have a business where you're retaining clients and not just like getting new ones every time, you know?
Yeah, it's way better that way too.
It
I
is.
mean, if you can have 8 clients that pay you every month versus having to onboard 8 new people every month, that's horrible.
That'd be terrible. That's a terrible way to run your business. Yeah.
It sounds miserable.
It does.
The hardest part is the onboarding launch.
It is. Yeah, setting expectations, all those things. Those are tricky things if you're always doing it, you know?
Yeah.
100%.
And I could even give like a personal story on this. When I first started, like when my Instagram page first like blew up. I don't really think it blew up, but like when it started doing well, I got probably like 12 clients in a month. I was like 17, probably made like $12,000. I was like, I made it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm good.
Yeah.
And then I realized that like I did not have the skills necessary to retain those people or deliver the right thing to those people.
That's like the first thing that goes in my mind is like when we get a new client, I get excited about it. I'm like, okay, how are we going to deliver for them?
Yeah,
that's the first thing that goes in my mind, because they just invested this money into our business. I'm like, how are we going to deliver from them? From like the most detailed thing, I'm like, how are we going to script this piece of content? How's like, it's all about delivery when you onboard someone. It's like, how are we going to deliver for them that they feel like, oh, I'm being taken care of? I heard this guy talk. You probably heard this guy talk about it. He was like, it's kind of this like, what the fuck is that? The thing that goes, you're on the swing set and it's the
seesaw.
Seesaw. Yeah. Sorry. So it's like the seesaw effect. It's like, okay, you're trying to get the client. You're on like the low end, and you're trying to earn their business. As soon as they pay you, it flips. And then they're kind of like, oh, I'm fucked now because I just invested all this money. And then you have to find a way where you balance it, where both of you guys are getting something out of it. And that is a very tricky thing where I think a lot of businesses don't understand. Is like, you have to be able to balance. It's like, all right, as soon as you onboard them, how are you communicating with them? Are you communicating with them in the first 5 minutes after they pay? Like, if you're not, then I think you're doing something wrong. It's like, you want to make sure they feel like good about their investment.
Yeah.
And that's all where you you build systems, but then you also personalize it. Because if you just send like a generic email after you onboard them, cool, awesome, I can tell this is written by ChatGPT. You know what I mean? It's like, no, like you want to like, I personally, I ask them too, but I text them personally. I'm like, thank you so much for like taking the time. And then you tell them the next step. The next step's your strategy call. This is where we're going to dive into booking your first shoot and actually what are the goals of the business. Yeah. That's what I've learned too. Like where last year me would have been like, oh, I'm so excited. Let's just book your first shoot and rip off the, let's just shoot. Figure it out. It's like, okay, no, at a high level, business owners are going to see right through that. Yeah. Now I think about, okay, how do I make them feel good about their investment? What is the strategy? What is the goal behind what we're doing with them? And that's like where you go from creative to business owner. Yeah. That's the most important thing, what I've learned.
I don't know how I want to word this, but I had someone tell me, it's like, it's just giving them goals in the future on what you guys are working towards. Exactly. Because if it's just like...
you're partnering with them at that point.
Yeah, you're like a partner in their business. And if you're able to, let's say you have a client you're doing like YouTube videos with every month. And it's like maybe the first 4 don't go super well, or organic posts, the first 20 just aren't hitting right away. Yeah. It's like, okay, you know that it takes time if you set that expectation with them. Absolutely. Which is the most important first step. 100%. But also being like, okay, this is what we're doing next to make sure that hopefully the next round goes well.
Absolutely. And then iterating on it too, each month.
You're getting better. You're showing them that this isn't just going to be like this forever. Like you are taking steps to hopefully improve this.
It's huge. Yeah. So important. Yeah, and it's like you got to tell them there's a whole process behind it, and you have to see the data to be able to know if like what we do when we do organic content packages, but we also do a paid ad package. And I always like to tell the business owners, sometimes they just want to invest to start with just organic and just get their self out there, and that's totally fine. But I tell them from the beginning of the discovery call, I'm like, just so you know, like I understand you want to invest in the content package and just do organic. This is not going to be a direct ROI. There could be some ROI from this, but it's not going to be a direct ROI to your business. When we run ads, we can predictably see who's coming in and coming out. So you have to tell them that from the beginning. Yeah, that's what I do. Because they're like, well, why is my video not generating any money? It's like, oh, I told you from the beginning, this is not going to be a direct ROI. It's good for brand awareness and building trust. I think organic is still so important because you have to build trust with an audience. Yeah. And then you run paid ads because it's like, oh, my girlfriend, every time we go to a new restaurant or whatever, she's always looking at their Instagram. If their Instagram sucks, we're probably not going there. So like you have to have a good page to be able to like, it's like your portfolio. Yeah. But the missing piece is like if you're just running ads and there's no trust built, it's like they're probably not going to book with you as much as you think. So
no, or the competitor down the road who has a better brand will get that lead. 100%. Sure.
Yeah. So those setting expectations are like very important.
Yeah, and anyone watching can take that into account too. Like I just made a reel on this on my Instagram. It's like I was looking for a videographer that can just help with like a certain shoot. Yes. And first thing I'm looking, Instagram. Okay. Don't want to work with that person because of how their Instagram works. Exactly. And like it sounds harsh, but
it's true.
It's what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah. 100%. It's like it's your it's how someone meets you before they ever actually speak with you.
What you're presenting on your page is like very important.
Like I feel like on my page, if you go to my page, like you kind of know.
You see what your business is.
It's like
you know exactly.
It's like you know who you're talking to. If you get on the phone.
I felt like I knew you. Like, it's exactly what you're saying because like this is the first time we're actually meeting in person. We've been talking for a minute, and I've seen your stuff. Clearly, I saw this video 2 years ago. But it's true. Like I felt like I already knew Nathan because he presents himself very well on social media. He's authentic, and like that's super important. And like that's why I like doing behind the scenes and like getting people to know you at a deeper level versus just like making a talking head video with great graphics and stuff. It's like no, just like come on and shoot with us. Like let's show you what we're about.
Show what
like,
we're doing.
And then what we do with business owners too is like obviously we want to create high engaging, high quality content that is like educational, but like going behind the scenes, like what's under the hood, so that people can really trust you. You know?
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's huge.
Based on where you're at right now, like you're building your business, is there any creators you kind of refer to do that? Is there anyone you're like, okay, they've really helped me?
Oh, dude, yeah. So everything that we're building right now, I got to give a shout out to my guy, AP. I got to give a shout out to Sadie. Sadie's helped me so much with like all the behind the scenes.
Okay.
Incredible. T-Pack Films, Chubbs, all of those guys, incredible. I could not have done some of the shoots and like executed on some of our projects without any of those guys.
Yeah.
Like, and there's just such an importance for me is like bringing on that team has helped us so much.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Is there anyone you like learn from online?
Ooh, online?
Like YouTubers?
Yeah.
Instagram people?
Ooh, so let me think.
I know it's like so many probably.
There's so many. Oh my, it's hard to condense that. Okay, hold on, let me think. Oh, dude, what's his name? I gotta pull this.
So you're gonna say like your top 3 people.
Top 3 creators that have inspired me. I would say top 3 creators. Arthur, have you seen that dude? Hold on, I gotta get his full name. Arthur, hold on. I'm gonna pull him up right now. Arthur Ciza, this dude, have you seen this dude?
I have not. I'm gonna have to check him out.
Arthur Ciza is someone that I really like a lot. I get a lot of inspiration from because he really is very good with like educational content, but then he also goes like behind the scenes. He's someone I really respect a lot. Classic, like I love Alex Hormozy like, from the business side of things. That's kind of basic, but like I love the way he like explains things. He explains things so like well, but then I can understand him. And I've learned a lot from Alex Hormozy from a business standpoint.
Keeps it simple.
Another creative. Ooh man.
So your third pick.
Third pick. This is an important one. Ooh, this is tough. Because there's so many going through my mind. Mr. Beast. I'm just kidding. Hold up. Dang, that's a great question.
It's good because then you guys can go watch it too.
Yeah, exactly. All right, hold up. Let me think. Give me 2 seconds. I'm like, there's so many I'm going through. Ooh, who has done it where I'm like, it's been inspired by them? That's a really good question.
I know it's challenging.
Dang, that's a really good question. I'm gonna get it. Do you mind if I look through?
No, yeah, go
ahead.
ahead.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm sorry. I gotta like go through. I've watched so many videos, dude. Yeah, so many. Obviously, okay, Hormozy. Okay, I will say Sabri Subi.
Okay, I know Sabri.
So Sabri Subi, for me, like recently, has been like, I've dove in a bunch of his content, especially from an ads perspective.
Yeah, he does have a lot of that.
The way that he like talks about disrupting and like not, like he talks about how to make ads that actually like stop the scroll. And for me, I've like implemented that in like our business a lot is like, don't just create generic talking head content. He's like, he literally like called me out because one time I made this video. It was like, I was like here and I had the tube light in the background. He's like, if you have, you know his accent, if you are one of those guys that have the tube light and you're just doing a talking head, you're done. And I'm like, dude, he called me out. And he's like, you have to find content like that disrupts and to be creative. And I think he just reminded me, I'm like, dude, you got to be more creative.
Yeah.
And I think he's probably the third one I would mention.
Okay.
Because I just love the way he like presents and he just is so like disruptive. He's very different. There's no one like Sabri.
Yeah,
so I like him a lot.
No, he has some really good ads too. I've seen his stuff.
It's incredible. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Now a more funny one that's less helpful, but okay. So you don't have to say names.
Yeah.
What was the worst shoot you ever had?
Dude, oh my gosh, I already know it. My first shoot I ever got paid for.
Yeah.
So I will give him a shout out because he's awesome. Adam Stetz. He's a personal trainer. He's killing it. I think he's in Florida now. But he like told me, he's like, dude, I see you're like doing video work and stuff. He's like, can you do like a photo and video shoot for me? I'm like, dude, I would love to.
Like, let's do it.
And I didn't know how to charge him. This is my first time. He's like, I'll pay you. Like, what's your rate? I'm like, and then I just like $100. That's all I said. I was like, $100. I'm like, and it was like, I don't care. I'll just make $100 going to the gym. Dude, I chopped all the photos. I didn't have any of them in focus. I lost the SD card for the video, and I was 15 minutes late to the shoot. I walk in there, I'm like not organized at all, and this is literally my first time ever doing like an actual shoot. I walk in 15 minutes later, and he calls me out. He's like, "Dude, you're late." I'm like, "I'm so sorry. Like, I apologize. It was so embarrassing." So we start doing the shoot, and I didn't at all discuss what like deliverables looked like. So he's like, "Hey, can I get this photo?" I ended up taking almost 1,000 photos. Damn. And I'm editing everyone. I didn't know how to do like Photoshop at the time. I'm editing everyone individually, and I'm like going through, and it took me like all night. And I realized that half of them were chopped. I sent them over to him, but it took like forever because I didn't know how to offload. I was like, do I do Google Drive? Do I do Dropbox? I didn't know. So I just did Google Drive, and it took forever to offload, and then ended up losing the SD card the next day for the video. So I didn't even deliver on the video. Yeah. It was so embarrassing. And I like texted him, and I was like, here's the photos. He's like, great, where's the videos? He's like, also half these photos are blurry. I'm like, this is so bad, dude. It was so embarrassing. And so that's something I learned. So shout out Adam Stutz if you're watching this, man. I appreciate you being so understanding with that process, because I was chopped, dude. It was really bad. Yeah, that was a rough shoot. That was my worst shoot I've ever done by far. It was just me.
So that was more on your fault. It wasn't the client's fault.
Oh, completely my fault. Clients, I've had a couple of just like, I dealt with like this one. I'm not gonna name them. I dealt with this one client where they just asked for like the most random revisions possible. Like, I set expectations. I'm like, here, we offer 2 free revisions, and then after that, that's paid. And they just try to like get the line, like, well, it's not really like a revision, but could you like change like the tone of this video? I'm like, what does that mean? Like, they were so vague. And he kept saying it, and he's like, yeah, we just feel like the energy's not there. And I'm like, I don't know what that means when you tell me the energy's not there. Can you get more specific? They're like, yeah, and then like they were never specific, and like that was like the most frustrating thing. So I'm like, I just have to get specific with this. Can you help me understand?
Yeah, like,
and they just never did. They're like, this is just like the energy's low, and I'm like, that was pretty rough. So, and it was like 18 revisions later, I finally got. They're like, oh, that's fine. I'm like, okay. Yeah, it was brutal. Dude. But a lot of that for me is like, I just take accountability for everything. Is it's like, honestly, it's like on me to set expectations and like do a good job. And if there's a reason why a client's like maybe saying something, it's like you have to get so specific. So I take all the blame for those, man.
Yeah, at the end of the day too, it's like maybe you just shouldn't have had them pay you.
Exactly.
There's always warning signs.
100%.
There's always warning signs.
100%. Yeah. Cool. How about you? What was the worst shoot you've ever been on?
Oh God. Okay. Well, it
could be your own fault or the client.
No, this one wasn't my fault. But I was young, so I was probably 17.
Yeah.
When I first started, I did a lot of nightlight stuff. These guys are super cool.
Yeah.
I didn't really have any proof of what I was doing besides like I did a couple of YouTube videos.
Yeah.
So they're DJs. They're like, yo, we're gonna go down to Indiana University.
Yeah.
We're doing a DJ set. You want to come film? Like, we'll pay for your hotel, and like we'll pay you $150. And you just like do it. I was like 17. I was like, okay, cool, let's do it.
Yeah.
So we go. They're like, okay, we have to stop at Champaign University because we left our gear there last week,
bro.
Okay, so we're doing like a 3-hour drive to Champaign. I'm just like in the car chilling. We like get some food. And then it's another 3-hour drive to Indiana University from there.
Yep.
Okay, so we get there at like 12 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And we're setting up. I'm there. We don't start shooting that event really till like 7 p.m. So I'm just there for like 7 hours, just like sitting around.
Oh my God.
Pretty much doing nothing.
Just chilling. Like, and you probably don't have like other clients at the time, so you're not able to get work done. Nothing. Just like,
I'm literally I'm 17, can't drink, can't go to the bars.
Oh no, that's terrible.
I'm just a kid at college,
Brutal.
pretty much.
Yeah.
So that happens. Okay, then we start shooting. Shooting actually went good. It's actually a sick video. It's still on my YouTube.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah. It's still up there. I'll probably like pop it up. It's a pretty decent, for at the time, it was pretty decent.
Yeah.
Okay, and then it starts getting pretty late in the night. I'm realizing they're all drinking a lot, and we're 3.5 hours away from home.
No.
And then we get around, it's like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay, it's done, and they're like, we're gonna have to go paratrooping. You do know what paratrooping is?
No.
You just go find a random girl's dorm to sleep in. I was like, this is absolutely not happening.
No.
I was like, I'm not sleeping here. And the guy who drove the trailer with the gear was way too drunk to drive.
Oh my God.
And then the other guy didn't really drink. So I was like, I'll drive a car home.
No, you had to drive.
I'll drive to my house. I'll drive home. It's like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. You can drive the trailer and we'll get out. You're just like, you sure you're good to drive? I'm like, bro, I'm going home, so I'll be good to drive. 3.5 hour drive home at 3 a.m.
God, dude.
I got home at 7 a.m.
Oh.
I live with my grandparents, so like, why were you gone?
Where were you?
I was like, don't even worry about it. I was doing a shoot. And then that was that, but that was pretty brutal.
That's terrible.
That was a crazy
That's a great story, though.
Yeah. It's funny. Yeah, like I have no hard feelings for them. It was hilarious.
That's pretty rough. That's
I think they still DJ and stuff too. I haven't talked to them in a while.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's brutal. That's a great story.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's a good one. All right, man. Well,
appreciate you, Nathan.
I really appreciate it.
This was fun. I had a great time.
We'll have clips, and like I said, I mean, we're like off now. Well, we'll just say, dude, if you want to check out anything from Parker, Yayo Media is the handle for your
Yo
Instagram.
Media, right? Dude, it's actually, everyone says either Yayo or Yao. Okay, it is pronounced Yo Media, okay, like Yo what's up, yeah.
Okay, sick. So Yo Media on Instagram, and then Parker Yo.
Yep.
That's how you would say it? Okay. And then his personal is Parker Yo, so you go check him out.
Appreciate you.
And maybe we'll do a project here in the next few months.
Yeah, we gotta link up for
get
sure.
Like a sick YouTube video for it. That'd be cool.
Do it.